not trying to butter you up. You know what I mean? I'm telling you some real. You got angels with you. You've been chosen for some great things, man. And
Well,
this is just the bare minimum.
well, here we are. Another episode of Milk Room, the podcast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
your
yeah.
boy Greg, and I got a very special guest in the building today. I got Munii.
Yes, sir, ski.
Hey, let's give it up.
Hey, what's the deal? What's the deal, fam?
So we've been chopping it up, prior to
Crazy.
jumping in here, and your backstory is just an interesting one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
your whole coming up, DC,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Come out here to Cali. Now you're making music,
yeah.
creating a name for yourself, creating an empire for yourself. Share that journey with us.
Man, Cali for me never been it. Cali was always the place everybody wanted to come smoke weed, meet Snoop Dogg, right? It was that type of thing. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, that's known, right? I want to go meet Snoop, right? But me growing up in the city, um, my mind was more about like building my community. Like I didn't care to leave the community. A lot of people wanted to run away.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like leave and try to find themselves. I found myself trying to stay and build up. You know what I mean? And through my journey of just helping a lot of people, a pastor told my mom. A pastor came and told my mom. I come from a very spiritual background, spiritual family. I was born in Islam. You know what I mean? My dad is Muslim. My dad, you know what I mean? I learned Christianity at the age of 13. Um, a pastor told my mom I needed to come to Cali, that there was something special waiting for me. My mom's came to me with this message at the age of 16. I'm in the streets knee deep, robbing niggas, doing the whole nine. And I'm like, what? Nah, what? Like, and my mom begged me and cried and begged me and cried and begged me, please, like, it's something out there waiting for you. I've been in poetry and writing since a kid. I said, F it, all right. I said, Mom, you know what I mean? I'll do it for you. I came to Cali 2009, and awkwardly music, like I always wanted to write, always been into music, writing poetry, but awkwardly, like, random people from school was like freestyle, freestyle, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, what is this? You know what I mean? It was so like new, like in the hood, niggas ain't like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm like, what? They like, man, just spit, just spit, just spit. And niggas putting out their phones, and my first freestyle I spit, motherfuckers was like, it wasn't super on point, but I had said shit in a way that shocked everybody. And they was playing this freestyle around the college campus, man.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? And I started waking up like, God, what's going on? I started seeing my life. You remember the pastor told my mom, right? I needed to come in. So the whole time I'm watching and pay attention. Why am I here? I started seeing my life go where I always wanted it. You know what I mean? As a kid, I told my mom and dad I wanted to rap when I was the age of 9, 8, watching Bow Wow. And I started seeing God bring my dream to life, man. Like every day people tell me, hey, you want to rap, you want to rap, you want. And then I caught a case. I mean, I caught a case, you know what I mean, big shipping, pushing, caught a case. And I'm cursing God, man. I'm cursing God. You know what I mean? God, I'm the realest. I take care of everybody, right? I got slapped with 6 years, man. Right? That shit crushed me.
Out here in Cali, or
Out here in Cali, up north in San Jose. I was living in San Jose, going to San Jose State. My cousins played football. You know what I mean? We had a 5-bedroom house. You know what I mean? We was the party boys on the block. I was known. My name Money Moo. I'm known for getting money. That's where I got the name. Like even out here in Cali, niggas know like, damn nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So I got locked up, you know what I mean, for doing shit. Somebody set me up, you know what I mean? I really got played, you know what I mean? With the, you know what I mean, it's a lot of shit. But long story short, I really got set up by some people I was helping out, bro. And that it fucked me up getting that sentence. But let me tell you this, right? I was looking at the whole situation. It broke me to pieces. It broke me to pieces, man. I was sitting in prison, in jail, wanting to come out being a murder man. I was angry. I was at first I went sad and then angry and then rage and all this. And then when all them emotions passed, I started realizing something, man. Life is all about growth. What doesn't kill you make you stronger. I started taking advantage of the time, sitting in that room, and I talked to myself. I said, "Yo, what is it you really want to do in life? You can't sit here and just." And I knew music is what I want to do, bro. I dedicated myself. I said, if you gonna do this, make sure you do this shit with blood, sweat, and tears. Make sure you push this shit in a way where you ain't copying nobody's brand. You ain't trying to hop on no Drake scale or no, you know what I mean? All these rapping. You doing this for your purpose. What is your purpose? You know what I mean? To feed my family, uplift my city, and to create opportunities. You know what I mean? For other people, not just my city. And along that journey, bro, I seen people went from not listening to me rap to police officers calling me my government name. They went from calling me my government name to Munii.
That's love.
Munii police officers, you know what I mean? And everybody, before I came home from prison, everybody started telling me, you're going to blow up. You're going to blow up. Your dedication, your hunger is real. You know what I mean?
You know what? I'm gonna play some of your music.
That's loud. That's loud. That's loud.
I've been bumping it these past few days.
Gas. Yeah,
You were gonna pull up. I was like, you know what?
Yeah, man. Munii, man.
So I'm gonna play you some of my favorites.
Okay, bet.
So the ML3 project was hot.
Love it, man. That's love.
What inspired that?
So ML3 is my brand. It's my label. ML3 stands for Miraculous Made Movement. Miraculous Made Movement is a movement of miracles. I feel that my life, my purpose, meeting you today, bro, with your existence and how I got to meet you, it's a miracle, fam. It's a miracle. You know what I mean? You giving me gems that I know you don't just usually. I mean, I know you're in a position now to give those gems out, but the way it's happening, you know what I mean? It's all sacred. You know what I mean? And so I want people, when they listen to my music, when they hear my message, I want people to understand that I'm promoting the positive love in this life. I'm promoting that we are all blessings, man. We are all miracles. We're moving miracles.
That's so refreshing.
You know what I mean?
Can I play some of your music here?
Yes.
All right.
Do that, gang. That's live, man.
Keep searching for your own purpose. Never ever take no time off. And always refreshing in them. So I can never ever get shined on. You can hang with the fake, I don't. You hate every day, I don't. Sometimes I feel I'm suicidal. So watch where you point your eyeballs. I chose to live life so reckless. Then it got hectic. Sometimes I regret it. After all that,
So who'd you get? Who helped out on this project?
So my producer Tor, he records a lot of. He recorded The Baby, he recorded Quavo. He works at Noise Nest up in North Hollywood, big studio signed out by Warner Music. And then my mixing engineer, Greg Romanecki, who's Big Sean's personal engineer, and Janae Aiko. And he's worked with DJ Khaled, Justin Bieber, 3 times Grammy nominated.
So you were stacking the team, bro.
Fam, I'm you know what I mean?
I love it.
It's... Fam, I couldn't tell you how this shit was put together. You know what I mean? Like, I like, you know, people say work hard and hard work pay off.
Yeah.
Dog, this ain't got nothing to do with hard work.
What would you credit this to?
I would credit this to the higher power.
There you go.
I would credit this to God Almighty. I would credit this to the positivity in this life. We've been chosen, fam. We've been chosen. We've been chosen. And everybody's chosen, right? For a specific thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're blessed, me and you, to understand that at this point in time, while the others is still lost. You know what I mean?
But it's almost okay like that. I need something to be lost.
Amen. To give us a purpose.
Right.
Or else we ain't got shit to do.
Or how about a competitive advantage to life? All right. So like in the wild, like if you're a weak animal, your likeliness of surviving are slim. So
That's true. 100%.
yes, operate out of a state of compassion, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, how's it go? I got to put my mask on first, right? And it's like, so I can help others.
I love that. You know, I think that's where I go wrong at a lot, cause I'm always getting the short end of the stick a lot of situations. You know what I mean? I give too much compassion, and it leaves me feeling empty sometimes.
I'm quick to cut somebody off.
Yeah.
It feels good. But I'm gonna tell you why too.
Me too.
You know, that's
But
my
then it
favorite
turns
part.
to a grudge, though. Don't
Nah, it doesn't, because I'm gonna tell you, like, how you fucked up.
Yeah.
And
Explain.
why I can't kick it with you no more.
Yeah.
Because if
Do
I
you
would have done
forgive?
that to them, but I don't have resentment. I don't have room for resentment in my heart. Right? So, like, how's it go? It's not that I don't want you to eat, just not at my table.
That's love. That's love.
Right? So, like, run your play. Like, I ain't going to be, like, on a fuck you kick. Like, you just.
If you see a person you cut off, would you still show love?
I'm going to hit him with a head nod. You know what I'm saying?
So
Just so, like, just so you know I'm in the building.
Yeah, we ain't too much on them type of terms, but that's love. Because I get that. I feel like you doing that because me personally, I don't fuck with people, but you got to cut people off because they crash your boat.
And I'm gonna give everybody a shot. You know,
Only
so like,
one? Did you go two?
nah, several shots,
okay,
shots, right?
okay.
And there's gonna be like, a tipping point is gonna happen, like, and that varies from person to person.
Your breaking point,
right?
Where you say enough is enough.
Yep.
I mean,
But it's rare when I hit that nowadays.
okay.
I'm so happy these days.
I can't.
I'm so happy these days. Life is good. I got my dogs. Like, I'm living the LA dream.
I'm telling you, family, walking in this room, walking in this store, I told you, like, without you being in here, bro, your energy is so powerful, right? But without you being in here, fam, your store, bro, this room, it carries angelic presence.
We appreciate that.
I'm serious, fam. That's why I told you, you got, this ain't no joke. This ain't to butter you up. You got angels with you, fam.
We feel it, man, because this has been hard. So
yes.
So we launched this right in the middle of COVID with the energy of like, what's the hardest thing we can do, and this has been a constant, not even a fight. It's just been a constant journey, you know. And it's like, my attitude is like, I'm not gonna die till I'm covered in blood. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm gonna swing that damn sword. I'm gonna figure it out. Because there's always a solution to everything.
Did you find yourself? I feel like you like me in a lot of ways because we're building the label. Did you find yourself like having to do 50 things every day?
Yes.
And eventually that power shifted into different positions of people, right? Like you eventually met certain people that you was able to.
So my attitude is like, if I'm gonna lead you, it's because I've done it myself. There's this cool movie where, I think it's a Mel Gibson movie, and he's like the general of this battalion that's gonna go to war, and he tells his people like, I'm gonna be the first one off the plane and the last one to get on.
I remember that.
And it just impacted me in such a way to where like, I'm gonna carry that through leadership, right? That's true leadership. Like, he could have been kicking it in a tent yard, like far from the battlefield, calling plays from the radio, but he was telling his troops like, I'm gonna be the first one off and the last one on. And so I carry that into my projects, right?
That fucks me up about you. People watch that movie and will just watch that movie. You watch that movie and took things that ignited, fam, you haven't made, man.
What's a choice, right? Like, how I perceive things, which is why, like, when people are like, let me send you music, like, art is so subjective. So who am I to be like, that shit's whack?
Damn.
Because somebody might think it's hot, but I'm a fan of like the people gonna speak. So when we first launched Milk Room, we had a cipher here. So the attitude was like, hit us with 16 bars and just do what you do, right? So you got that little homie that's just always around, always freestyling. You hand him a microphone and put him in front of people, he just freezes. Yeah. You know, so our vibe was like, I want to be that safe environment for my friends. Yeah. To where you can come up, rock a stage, and see how it's going to work for you, right? So this is like a lab here at the Milk Room. Our shows here are so special to me because, first, I'm not a venue, right? So, like, our DMs blow, people talking about, like, can we come perform at the Milk Room? And I'm like, can we book a show? DM, huh? Right. So it's like, can we book a show, right? And my attitude is like, pull up. Like, let me get to know you. Let's break bread. Like, let's talk to each other. You know what I'm saying?
That's love, my nigga.
And then we'll go from there. So my response is, nah, we're not a venue, but I let my friends perform here. Yeah. Because I've done the thing where, like, I let outside groups take over the space and the energy was just off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm over here like, nah, like I'm gonna like
You got your space is sacred.
right.
You gotta,
I'm living by design here. Like yeah. So
you know, my one of my pastors tell me something all the time. He say, you know, sage, right?
Right.
Sage. I sage my home and shit every day, right? He say, when you sage your home and stuff, right? He say, like, it goes like with energy. He say people who aren't like saved or like have a positive outlook, when you bring them into your home or into your space, you gotta realize that they tainted, and it's not like they're trying to. They're spirits that are attacking the good. So just as you have this space and it's sacred and it's positive, there gonna be rock bands and rap bands and even offer you, as this grows, even offer you more money.
right.
Like, hey, bro, let me. And those is all the enemy to taint the space, so niggas could fight and argue, and maybe you and your business partner, you know what I mean, God forbid,
Right.
never, you know what I mean. And so, the fact that you catching this shit, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like you's a guru, bro. You's a real guru. Like I'm a wise enough young man to understand, you know what I mean, special wisdom.
Well, I appreciate you.
For real.
So to me, the root of that is living life by design. Okay, so like I know I have to drink a cup of water in the morning when I first wake up. Do I do that? No, I'm reaching for the coffee, and that's a bonehead move of mine because here I am kicking my day off with dehydration. You know what I'm saying? When I know in my mind, like, bro, just chug that water, kick off the day, you're gonna be good. So like the moves we make are like that, to where like I might not enjoy it in the moment, but it's a seed I'm planting for a better me. And so like a lot of times I ran through life wanting like that instant gratification, that instant bag, right?
Yeah.
But the reality is that long-term play is where it's at. When you get to look back and be like, damn, look at all the progress we've made over the years. Look how many people we've been able to employ. Look how many lives we've been able to touch. So like that's the metric, right?
That's what I feel, you know, as much as I fight for the success of my career, you know what I mean, every day waking up, what the fuck I gotta do to pop? What I gotta do to, you know, every artist think about that. What I gotta do to pop? What I gotta, I look at songs I made, you know, this is my second mixtape. My first mixtape was like 2-3 years ago.
Can I play you my favorite joint off that?
Oh, you damn.
Come on, bro. Like, what you think? You just go pull up and I'm going to be like, man. Oh, I've never listened to your music before.
Man, that's love, man. And see, the song No Time Out on that first mixtape. You know, people hear me and they say, bro, you got a story to tell.
Right.
So the good came out of the worst. I should be going to church.
Come on now.
Easy, see me grinding for mine. You know, it's like easy, see me monopolize whatever I'm seeking. You just keep on reaching. You know what I mean? Like,
right? And then you got,
nigga. Hey, you a real, Greg, you a real nigga, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, because you know this industry, bro. You know this industry is fabricated.
right.
I'm fucked up. You fucking me up right here with this whole shit. You know what I mean? For real, because, you know what I mean? I've met a lot of these dudes. I've seen a lot of these interviews, a lot of shit, and I've seen the behind the scenes shit, and, man, you ain't got nothing to do with fabrication, man. And I'm appalled, bro. I'm like, really like, damn. You know what I mean? Because I didn't expect that.
Well, welcome home.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Here at the Milk Room.
Much love, Milk Room, man. Next up, fashion crazy, too.
Right. So the vibe here is catching people on the way up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy to be like, oh, let me do what everybody else is doing. But to me, the flex in life, so like this hoodie here, the homie blessed me with this hoodie when he had like 100 and some followers on Instagram. So you know the flex this is? You know what I'm saying? To be that guy who's like, oh, that hoodie's dope. Vintage. Oh, this guy's only got like 100 followers on. So catching that designer on the way up is what I'm getting at. Catching the use of the world on the way up so that we can become a part of your story. To me, that's the sauce, right? When, what is it? There's a documentary on Netflix on the Black Godfather.
Yes.
Come on,
yes.
man. That's who I want to be when I grow
Yeah.
up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's over here like, oh,
Yeah.
and thank you. What's his name? But you know what I'm saying?
nigga,
Like,
man.
he's a goat. Like, behind everybody, Obama, Jay-Z did. Like, everybody was like, he has something to do with it. People
Follow
like,
behind-
who is
yeah.
this guy?
Yeah. He influenced the whole community. Yeah. The whole lifestyle. The whole
So that's gonna be dope when some kids asking his dad, why is that ugly dude up there? Why they got a statue of him up here? He's gonna be like, oh, let me tell you the story about Greg. This motherfucker was on one.
And you helping reshape hip hop, bro. You helping reshape hip hop because like your business partner said, man, this shit ain't going on nowadays, but it's all about money. It's all about, and that shit turns people into robots. Because then you start, motherfuckers, they love the money, right? But then the money starts making you numb.
Right.
Money starts making you numb after so long.
Or it corrupts you.
Yeah, you don't you get lost. You spend so much of it that now you attached to fucking money. You spending money here, now when you don't have the money, you feel, and you don't even know what life is about no more. You spending so much money, you don't even know about humanity and your family and the precious little just hugs in the kitchen and. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you are bringing that back, bro. And that shit, man, that's, bro, like, let me tell you something. You gonna have a lot of big influencers, bro, stand by you, bro. You're gonna have a lot of great men in this life stand by you because I'm telling you, I know a lot of people. I threw mansion parties in Beverly Hills. I've met Chris Brown. I met all these dudes coming to my mansion party, paying me at the door. You know what I mean? All these niggas, you know what I mean? So it's like, I've seen a good 30% of the industry. I've met a good, and it's all bullshit. It's not to say the Chris Browns and shit like that.
Well, think about who LA attracts. All right, so I'm born and raised in LA. Shout out to my people at Fauché Middle School, Manual Arts, and Hollywood High. Yeah. But we get the prom king and queen of every town, right? That moves to LA, and they was hot in their, they was hot on their block, and now I'm coming out to LA, right? Yeah. So it's a lot of that.
I can see that.
But they pack it up and go home, which is dope. So the key to living in LA is you hustle. You gotta have hustle under you. Like if you're not door dashing on top of like whatever your main, like if you're not out here making multiple revenue, you know what I'm saying?
Staying consistent with the hustle.
Please. Because everybody wants to talk to you about what they're about to do. Right? So like, oh, I'm about to get put on. Oh, when this happens, that's going to happen. Crazy, and I'm over here like, what move did you make today towards that? Let's start there. None. Well, how the hell you going to get there? So like life is a lot of that, right? Being tapped into like, I know what I deserve. I know who I want to be. So like, let me feed that person. And by feeding that person, that means like, let me send that email out. Let me make that call I don't want to make. So like one of the most fucked up disciplines that I've been like programming myself to do is do the hardest thing first. So then that's out the way. That phone call that you've been dwelling on making that just sits in your heart. You know how much lighter you'd float without that living in your heart, just getting it done. That one email that you know would better your career that you haven't sent out. That one text, that one phone call to that one connection you made that you know could be something big, but you just haven't followed through on that.
Now let me pick your brain, right? Now why do you think you don't get around to it?
Because we're lazy. We feel like we don't deserve it. We self-sabotage ourselves. My biggest enemy is me. Like if somebody else spoke to me the way I speak to myself, I'd beat them up. All that, oh, why you don't deserve it. Oh, why it ain't your time. Oh, why, like, I'm looking at other people's feeds wondering why in my life like that? And I'm over here like, bro, like, they wish they had my life.
We are own enemy. We break our shit. But then, let me see. Okay, right? How my concept of it is, the man downstairs, right? Because it's like, we either thinking with the angels or we either thinking with the demons. You know, when you're mad, when you're sad, you become another person. You become another person where you do things. It's almost like you're drunk. You do things and then you sit back and you're like, what the fuck? And you're confused. You like, and God said, in the Bible, like, He gave the devil power. It's a test, right? It's a test of faith. It's a test of, who will keep being the righteous. Like Job, who will keep being the righteous no matter how much evil is thrown at him.
Job Road.
You know what I mean? And I feel like if people aren't spiritual or learn spirituality, I feel like they never really have a chance.
And that's a choice. So like they're like, oh, what's the greatest gift God gave the world? I was like, free will. God was over here like, love me or don't. The choice is yours. How about that? Damn.
Love me or don't. I'm gonna let you choose and see which way the outcome could.
And my life gets easier. Like the closer I get to God, the easier life gets. So to me, like a verse that helped me through some dark times was, I will never leave or forsake you. So I would take that next step. And then that next step, right? Like I'd get myself out of bed, out of that depressed mode, out of whatever the hell I was dealing with, right? With that verse, like in my heart, like I will never leave or forsake you. And it was like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like that feels so comforting. Like moms was busy working all day, coming up as a kid. So I was left to raise myself, which is fine. I love moms. She had to do what she had to do.
And that builds your character.
Right.
Do you have siblings? You grew up?
Oh, little brother and little sister.
So you the oldest?
Yeah.
Oh shit. So okay.
So it was all on me.
Yeah. So you was in charge.
Yep.
Damn. Me. I'm the youngest. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like they was like trying to like, a lot of expectations was thrown on my belt. Like, oh, your brother's got master's degrees. Your dad got a PhD in chemistry. Like, what is you doing? You know what I mean? And that forced me to run away from that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? My dad talking about, he wasn't too much in my life when he was as a baby. He talking about, I want you to be a surgeon for Africa. Like, nigga, what? Nigga,
I'm trying to cut people open.
But like they put these expectations on you,
right.
And it's so huge. And then it's so bizarre because your brain ain't even, you know what I mean?
Doesn't even comprehend that.
A surgeon, I'm like, what?
Right.
A brain surgeon, like, what the
But bless their heart.
Amen.
For desiring for us to like do something. Because I've met bad kids out there.
Yeah.
Like the kind of, like I've seen the kid where I'm like, this kid is going to rob me one day. You know what I'm saying? Like I could call him out. Like at the age of 3, like you could just tell like, oh, you're going to be terror.
Like, hey, you could tell too.
Keep him off my block.
You could tell kids just throwing stuff, hella aggressive as a baby. Like, oh yeah, that mother, he got some beast.
A handful, right?
Yeah. That's crazy you say that, man.
So what's been something about LA that why LA? How about that?
To be honest with you, man, since I've been in LA and since I've been on this journey with the music, one thing I realized is LA is the best area for freedom, dog. LA is the best area for entrepreneurship. I feel like out of the world, and I haven't even been to Miami and Atlanta at the top.
You don't need to.
Yeah, I feel like LA, like, first of all, when you on the outside looking in, LA promises you like this lifestyle, lavish lifestyle, the palm trees, this weed smoking and shit, the Cadillac. It gives a promising lavishness, right? Then when you come in LA and you meet people and shit, you feel the lavishness. You get to embrace it. You get to dwell in it. You get to touch it. I don't feel like you could do that everywhere. I don't feel like, I've met Boosie. Like you can go to Atlanta and meet these people, but LA, I feel like it's like a ballroom for success celebrities.
Right.
It's a ballroom. Like people come to dance.
So you got to be ready to bring value. Is my favorite part of the city.
Yeah.
So here, like the person that solves problem for people are the ones that rise to the top in the city. Because greed is gonna get you nowhere, right? We've all got that one homie that's been trying to sell us some service or some.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Like, relax.
Yeah.
The key is to bring value in this city, right? I meet somebody with clout, Jaden Smith. I'm like walking towards a juice spot with somebody I mentor, and I'm like, watch this. So I go up to Jaden Smith, and I'm like, so what are you working on these days? And what do you need help with?
My nigga, man.
So the dialogue is different than, can we take a pic? Can I get a selfie? Can I get you on my gram? Can I walk up to you with my phone now, recording you? Nah, I'm going to approach you with, what are you working on and what do you need help with? And anybody's working on something and they definitely need help with something. So what's going to happen is my brain is going to hit that mental Rolodex, right? To where like, ooh, I might have somebody that can help with that.
He might I got that position. I've been looking.
So you connect that dot for somebody with the clout, right? Or somebody with the influence, or somebody that's super wealthy, right? Because everybody's like, yo, Mark Cuban, yo, Steve Bezos, let me hold some money. Let's take a pic together.
Hear me out. I got this acting. Yeah.
Or
trying to sell yourself too.
But could you imagine asking Jeff Bezos, like, what do you need help with right now? Could you imagine what he's going to hit you with? That story, Billionaire Bob, all right? So before Milk Room, I launched this entrepreneurship center in Westlake Village. This university was like, here's a 20,000 square foot building. Help us bring it to life.
Damn.
So I got all my tech friends to come launch their startups there, and like, it's a cool environment. So we had Bob that would hang around, and he's like this retired billionaire guy. And so I hit him with that. When I first met him, I'm like, yo, Bob, what do you need help with? And he hits me with the, I'm going to get back to you on that. Which shook me, because I was like, no one's ever been like, I'm going to get back to you on that.
Are you serious?
So fast forward to like 2 weeks later, Bob walks up to me and he's like, yo, Greg, that offer, does it still stand? And I'm like, absolutely. What do you need help with? Well, I just got a whole bunch of new Mac equipment, Apple equipment. I got a new Mac, I got an iPad and a new phone, and I just want it all synced up and dialed in for me. You got somebody that can help me with that? Meanwhile, I had a little homie sitting in a corner sending his resume out to places because he had just graduated from college, and I'm over here like, little homie, bring this man value. Fast forward to 6 months later, this old man asked the little homie, like, what's your ideal role in company? All right, bet. Let's get you there. Because Bob knows everybody.
Damn, cuz. This is what I keep saying, bro. You said this. You said this a few times. Choice. And we do all have a choice, right? But I also do feel like there's chosen. You know, we have a choice, and then there's chosen. There are people on this earth, you know, like the Jesus Christs, the Moseses, you know, that are put to become an example for humanity, to lead by example. And that's why I say the way your mind takes to things, and I mean, you just said watching the movie, and you heard this man say this, and while everybody's watching the movie, they're watching the movie. You're having a conversation with the man.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not watching him. You talking to him. You're like, oh, yeah, what'd you say? All right, bet. Like,
I can do that.
Bro.
Because you know how good it feels to be the first one off the plane. So recently, a few years ago, my neighborhood caught on fire. We had the Wolseley fires come through my neighborhood. Biggest fires we've had.
Damn.
And I remember the homie pulling up to my office and being like, yo, they're evacuating your block. You should pull up and like evacuate. And I'm like, man, I'll deal with that later. Like, I didn't think much of it. And then it got real. So we pulled up, I loaded up my turtle, threw my computer in my car, and was like, everything else can burn because I got homeowners, I got renter's insurance. So like, I need a new TV. I need a new, you know, anyway. Devices, So
that's funny.
So then as I'm driving away, I'm like, I'm not tired. I can't leave. Let me go help my neighbors pull their animals out. And so that's how I got to meet my neighbors, right? Like running next door, grabbing a goat, helping them on a trailer, helping that horse go down to the horse corral. And then that whole week became like, you pull up to a fire with a shovel and you just shovel dirt over the fire. Assuming the fire department wasn't going to come, right? Like, I'm going to say my own block. Like, I'm not going to wait for people to come rescue me. Like, we got this. So it's how we react. It's really important in leadership, right? That we're calm
Amen.
and we got strategy. Even if we don't know what we're doing, right? There's going to be some type of strategy. Not just because I said so. No, because this is going to get us over there. Because this is how we going to make money. So, like, if I was an independent artist today, I'd be focused on building on my revenue streams and touring. You got to get out your city.
Yes.
You got to get out your city.
Yes, touring.
Big fish, small pond. Like, you don't need to do a show in LA. Go do a show in Thousand Oaks. Go do a show in Ventura. Go do a show in Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be on the Sunset Strip. Like, relax.
I like that.
And then perfect that 10-minute set. So to me, if I was an independent artist, I'd put together a 10-minute set of my bangers. And it'd have like 6 songs in there. Hook, just the best part of the song. So that by the time I'm done with my set, you're just like, damn.
That's what people, and see, the blessing is, in this life, we meet each other to share gems and to share wisdom. And everything you've been telling me, like I said, I've always wanted music. You know what I mean? But being in the music, it's shit. We're growing a label.
Right.
I actually have artists up under me as well. That I got a whole. Every day I'm thinking about I got to go to Texas to get merch made right now. I'm in contracts with investors and billion things. You know what I mean? So it's a blessing because I meet people like you who are like-minded individuals who give me this game, man. And who's not trying to, F someone over.
Right.
And it's a blessing, bro. So that's much appreciated.
I appreciate you, and I want to see you win at the end of the day, right?
Amen to that.
So, like, as a label, your responsibility now is to build out revenue streams for each one of those artists.
Yeah.
That's aside from the streaming is not where the money's at. The move is going to be like, can we get this song in a video game? Can I get this song on that new hip-hop show that Netflix is working on? So then it's like, as street as I want to make my music, I need to make it friendly for
the younger generations
and licensing and syncing, right? So like, if I had a label, if we had Milk Room Records, what I would be doing is I would be on the phone with people at Netflix with their music supervisors and being like, what type of music are you looking for? Afro beats with the female singing over it. Bet. Be right back. Here you go, Netflix. What else do you? Because we lose sight of asking our customer what they want. You know how easy it is for me to get you what you need if I know what you want? As opposed to me being like, yo, music licensing person, here's my music. Yeah. Get it on some shit.
Trying to fish.
Jesus. No, I'm going to hit you up and be like, what are you looking for? Oh, you're looking for like an alternative thing? All right, cool. I got you. I can rap over some guitar riffs and a drum. Or I got an artist that can do that. Or I got a song you might be interested in.
I'm about to do that shit right now.
Because all it takes is one show.
Yeah.
All it takes is one video game.
To start creating that algorithm.
Right. That paper play, right? That like, we're going to eat off of some that ain't streams. And it's going to be licensing. It's going to be, I had this little homie of mine, Shwazy. Some Malibu kid.
It must sound like Sway Lee.
Nah. So he drops his first single, but at the same time, Kia put him in a commercial and they let him use that single in the commercial because it was friendly.
Fuck that. He just landed.
Oh. So it's all about surrounding yourself with the right people. So what he did was he went to, I think it was CAA or one of these creative artist agencies and was like, hey, I'm a brandable artist. Somebody sign me and let's get a bag. So then you get yourself an agent or a manager, and his responsibility is to get you money because he makes money on money he gets you.
Yeah.
So he has somebody put that deal together for him, which was beautiful. He drops his single. It's on TV in a Kia commercial. So he got the commercial bag. He got the licensing bag. So if I was an artist, that's the packages that I would be selling.
Okay. That's lit.
Right?
That's lit.
Because they want a package.
And nobody gave him that wisdom, though?
No, I never seen nobody do it before him like that. But I'm sure somebody put him on game. I'm sure somebody called that play.
Yeah. And see, that's it's a blessing to be a part, like you said, around the right people, man. You know I mean, this, and I know that even coming here to meet you, man, was is a door opener. Is a
For
door.
both of us.
Amen. Amen. Yes. Amen. Amen. Because we gotta stick together, man. You know what I mean? It's a real battle going on that people are being naive to. You know what I mean? It's a real battle, and the more, look what you saying. We going for the up and coming. We don't want the one already up there spending money. We wanted the ones in the dirt trying to bleed, trying to feed they people. And
Because there's no ego there. You know how many people pull up here, bro, with ego? And to me, I'm over here like, bro, we a store. Relax.
But how do you? But see, how do you deal with that on a bigger scale, though?
You
Like-
choose not to deal with it, and you call it out on the spot. So like, I had this one kid. He came and performed here, and he's like, so I had a bunch of models here. It was like our anniversary. It was like we were having something, right? So we had a bunch of models here, but he needed to be in a green room. And I was like, for what, bro? Go outside. Like,
He went to like the edits and shit.
you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, relax, bro. There ain't no green room for you. I need this backspace for models. Kick rocks, bro. Oh, I feel offended. Why you feel like relax? We're a store, bro.
Yeah. You don't gotta do that. Damn.
Go outside and meet people that came out here to see you. Put that ego aside. So that's why my attitude is like up and coming. Because up and coming says that I'm hungry for it. I'm not going to have an ego about it. For me, like the quickest way to not get invited to perform at a Milk Room show is to not stick around for someone else's set. Even if you don't stick around for the whole night, if you make the effort to listen to somebody else's set and be like, damn, that was hot. Or like anything.
Man, you all about, dog.
You ain't getting invited back.
That's love.
Because I see that. And I see that kid that pulls up with this posse, and as soon as he's done with his set, they all dip out.
And that's
Back.
man.
Quickest way to not come back.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's selfish. That's selfish because the thing is, you promoting or environment. You promoting environment. You promoting, a group of people that can help each other.
What's the verse? This shit is bigger than us. So what that means is that, like, imagine all of us, right? When he says bigger than us, it's like, oh, just Rob and I, but it's bigger than us. It's all of us running as a unit, right? So like, there's this one crew, Clear Vision Collective. They do shows at Milk Room. It feels like every damn week or once a month, but they're active.
They're rock.
A collective. They have a magazine and they put artists on, and then they did this tour. Like, they're active, and I love surrounding myself with active people because I'm like, damn, they're outworking me. And I love seeing my friends like doing what they're doing.
Competitive, like you said, the competitive.
Right, doing what they're doing. I enjoy that because I just want to bring a value.
Yeah, yes.
You know what I'm saying? This homie of mine last year did his first dog show. You best believe I'm going to pay you for a spot on the flyer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to support that. I'm going to be a part of that story.
That's fly as hell. That's fly as hell.
So here it's beautiful because we get to all of us move as one unit collectively. Because I've done the me by myself thing and it doesn't work. It's exhausting.
That's I literally just like Thanksgiving, everybody was eating turkeys, bro. I made 2 turkeys and with my assistant and everybody, my team. We went to go feed the homeless. You know what I mean? And you know what I got to see, bro? How close minded we are. We go home to our house, we got our own car, we got our own job, our career, and we're oblivious to our brethren, our neighbor. Like God said, love thy neighbor. I mean, yeah, some people go off on drugs and make mistakes and end up fucked up. But who's to judge?
Right.
You know what I mean? And feeding these people, bro. You know what I mean? And I spent, it wasn't about the money, but I spent hundreds of dollars, right? And feeding these people, bro, like, it made me realize, like, you cannot forget about your purpose,
Right?
Which is not your home. You see, that just comes with life. Our home and our mom and kids and shit, that comes with it. That comes with life. Your purpose is what you bring to the world. You know what I mean? Like, and that really opened my mind to that. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta go back. You know what I mean? And help our brethren. You know what I mean? We gotta, no matter what the hell they did.
Because it's easy to be selfish, right?
And It's easy to be selfish.
Although I had a
more
bullshit
hurtful.
ass story the other day.
Okay.
So I'm in North Carolina and this dude walks up to me and he's like, I know he's about to ask me for some money. So he walks up to me. So he walks up to me and before he asks me for money, I'm like, yo, you got some weed I could smoke? My buddy turned me out of that. So you asked them for something first. So I'm just trying to be funny, right? So I'm handing him $1 and he's like, $1? He's like, I need 10. Man, I took my dollar quick so bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hate that.
He ended up keeping $1, but this man wanted 10. You know what I was like, bro, relax. Entertain me. So I come from an era where like you'd have the kids out there like cleaning your windows at the stoplights. In LA. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh shit, in LA?
Right. Like, you know, cleaning your windows up. You know how nice that was to like pull up to the stop sign and you get your windows cleaned up. Here's some money, I'm on my way.
Oh damn. That's like
Kids don't do that no more.
And what who started, where did that come from?
Necessity. People need money, right? So let me bring a value.
Oh shit. And people like motherfuckers who's actually driving actually found value in, like, you'll be sitting there when you get in your window, you be like, damn, can you...
That's helpful as fuck. Damn. So like here, all right. Once a year, somebody will walk by offering to clean my window. And I'm over here like, what an opportunity for somebody to run a bag. When you do the math on how many businesses are on Ventura Boulevard from Fallbrook to, let's say, Sepulveda.
Oh shit. Yeah.
They got windows. And if somebody was like, yo, G, let me get $15, $20 and I'll clean your window.
Oh shit.
Like, there's so much opportunity for paper plays these days that people just leave on the table. Never in the history of the universe, like DoorDash, Instacart, Uber, all that stuff, bro.
They booming. People
getting paper like so easy these days. So moral of the story is, if you're broke, it's a choice.
Yeah. I would say that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely. I am all about helping people out too, though. Like, if you're old, or if you're a kid, or if you're disabled, if you're a vet, like, I'm gonna show you some compassion and some love. Yeah. But I got plenty of homies around me that really ain't doing nothing, but just keep asking for stuff.
But what about the homies that we all have these when you building your brand? I mean, you from the ground up, the homies that everybody you fighting for support, and they all around you supporting the next known brand.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And
doesn't that break your heart?
But they tell you though, they're like, hey, your shit is dope though. Your own homie, like, yeah, your shit is dope.
Why don't you share my shit?
Right?
No, right? There's a meme where he's like, I see that. No, so that's real. So what ends up happening is strangers end up being more for our cause and our own. And then homies that we think like, oh wow, he would pull up, he'd ride with this. Don't even.
You think it's a jealousy factor?
You know what? It's like we've outgrown their expectation of us. How they see you. They don't see you as an executive of a record label. Get out of here.
I see that now.
Which is messed up and it's not fair. No, but if I acknowledge that, guess what? I'm going to make room in my heart. Like, not that I'm not going to mess with you, but like, I just need space right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because how does it go? You're a product of the 5 people you surround yourself with, right? Yeah. So imagine if like,
that's true.
Out those 5, nobody sees your vision or believes in what you're up to, or let alone share some of your shit.
Eventually you become that.
I'm good. You know how many people come out the woodwork? Like, the universe blesses me with people like you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You said nicer things about my store than most of my friends. You know, which is cap. But like, I'm going to see that. And I'm going to be okay with that. And I'm going to understand that, no, it's strangers that I get to touch on my way up. Because the people around me see me as who I am, right?
Okay, yeah. So
or as who I was.
Strangers get to give you the fresh, non-judgment. I get that.
But your homies see you as how you were.
So it's, oh, damn.
So sometimes you got to disappear and come back on people.
You can't do it in front of them.
Because if they're not helping, like, do you read? I don't even need you in front of me.
It just blocks the energy.
Jesus, like.
So did you have, in building this brand, did you have a hard time like getting the support that you needed in the beginning?
Oh, so out the gate, it was just a beautiful thing. Like we became home to that independent designer that was selling stuff out of their Instagram, or that just needed to connect with another artist on like, how do you do that? Or, oh, let me show you how I do this. Or like the people that took the stage here, like the community that it brought out, again, wasn't people that I'm like, it was people that I messed with before, like shout out to Wendell and all that, people that have ridden with me since day one, but a lot of it's been new people, which I love and I enjoy, because I'm supposed to be where I'm not, right? Like, how am I gonna be entertaining the same 5 people over and over again? That ain't a party. I need to go rock a stage here, I need to go rock a stage there, I need to move around. Like my mom, she's a hairdresser all my life. This lady gonna die a hairdresser, right? My stepdad was a truck driver all his life. He died a truck driver. So they were like one-trick ponies. I'm trying to like sit in tech, sit in fashion, sit in art, you know, and like be authentic at the same time and not front. And actively participate. Like this one homie pulls up with another homie, and his little homie's like, oh, I'm like, so what do you do? And he's like, I make music. Oh, I bet. When's the last time you made music? Oh, about a month ago. Oh, so you don't make music? No, I make music. No, but what do you do every day? You know what I'm saying? Like, you told me you make music, but but that was a month ago. So one day you made music, but what do you do? So it's dope how like our habits create who we are at the end of the day, which to me is so beautiful, because if I haven't gotten put on to my level of put on, I can only blame myself, because whatever actions I did that day, like the other day I got a huge like hit in the face when I saw my screen time on apps like TikTok, Instagram, and I'm over here like, I could be launching a business with the amount of hours I spend on these platforms. Hold up, like, do I even remember the content I'm consuming? Like, I can't name you a TikTok video I saw this morning. I have to like really think, but it took up 20 minutes of my time as I sat there on my feet. And yeah, I got to numb my frontal lobe that differentiates real from fake. You know what I'm saying? Like it was entertainment, but like, how much do I need to, is my paper that right? That I need that much entertainment in my life? So then I stopped consuming the feeds.
Yeah, you got.
Well, so my attitude was like, I can only jump on Instagram to create. Like I'm not gonna consume. Like I'm gonna jump on there because I'm gonna post a piece of content, and like Shorty's gonna get mad because I didn't like her pic yet. You know what I'm saying? Commented on her stuff, but I'm over here like, I'm not consuming right now. I'm creating.
Man, you sound like a Buddha, man.
Bro, but this has been like learning the hard, like by doing, right? Okay, well, I had to check myself, and I was like, damn, my iPhone tells me how much time I spent on these apps. Like,
do you constantly check that?
Nah, your phone will send you a note talking about here's your screen time, bro. And then you dive into those analytics, and you're over here like, I'm spending how many hours a week on these social media platforms, and I'm not popping yet? How much? Okay, let me take that hours and how many posts I've put in those hours. Come on, how you gonna pop?
That's crazy. We forget so much, I mean, about what we supposed to do.
And it's a machine. So it's a machine, right? So like Instagram doesn't show your feed in chronological order. So I'm not gonna go on Instagram. My first picture I see is gonna be the most recent pic. It's gonna show me what they want to show me. So as a brand, my responsibility is to overdo it with content on Instagram. A post a day. You think you're going to pop off with a post a day? You think your song is going to pop off with 3 posts and like, get out of here. That's not how it works. You got to feed the beast. You got to be consistent. And to me, that's been my favorite part of life, is that consistency part, right? Because I'll outwork people. Because it comes down to how bad do you want this? Yeah. But then I have to have a visual for what this is. I just can't be like, a lot of money. Like, nah, what is this like? What is that life like? Like, I'll go as far as like, I'll write down what I look for in a relationship partner. Like, I love apps like Pinterest, where I get to create these boards that inspire me of like the aspirational life I want to live and how I can tap into that today. You know, I have to. So like what ends up happening on Pinterest is like I have a board of how do I feel right now? Right? And it could be dark, it could be light colors, it could be love. So then when I scroll through that, I get like a visual representation of how I felt over the past few years, however long I've been using Pinterest, right? Or like that one board that I need for my business. So like, if I was a record label, I would create a Pinterest board, and this Pinterest board would be, if my label were a person, what would they be into? What would their mannerisms be? What would they be? So then I know who I serve. Okay, cool. I make music for that person. As opposed to like, who you make music for? Everybody. Oh, bro, like, let's see the Black Eyed Peas.
You can't make, especially not learning, trying to learn everything.
So like knowing who you serve, right?
Yeah,
so,
specifying it.
So to me, that's key. And that's like a startup hack. So like in the startup world, before you launch a product, you go talk to your customers. So could you imagine if you go ask like 50 of your customers, what's lacking in music? And then you go to the lab and cook up what's been lacking in music, right? That one question alone. So like in the startup world, we use that as like, I can't build anything based on assumptions. Yeah. Because if I build something based on assumptions, if I build you a house assuming how you want your house, it ain't gonna work out. Yeah. But if I come ask you and I'm like, so how do you want your walls? How do you want that arch? How do you want this? But then I gotta be careful with that, because there was an instance where they're like, if Henry Ford says, if I would have asked my customers what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse when he dropped the car on them. But he knew that transportation was key.
Damn. Shit.
So like as a founder, I'm supposed to ask questions, right? If I was a head of a label, I'm gonna go say, who do I serve? Who do I make music for?
What dynamic, what group? Yeah.
Right? Because it's easy to be like everybody. No, hold up. Yeah. So if I make music for 18 to 28-year-olds, like let me go talk to them and do some customer discovery on like what's lacking. Maybe people over here like, damn, we haven't had another like Wu-Tang type of feeling, or we haven't had this type of vibe or this type of joint. Like what's lacking in music? They're all gonna tell you something, but there's gonna be one thing that sticks out.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Right?
How you think is damn.
Well, so what happens is Steve Jobs goes, he was misquoted by saying like, I only hire lazy people because they always find the quickest way to a problem, like solution to a problem. I heard that. So in a sense, it's that. It's like the necessity. Like I can't afford the luxury of overthinking shit. So like, I don't know if you've ridden a motorcycle before, but with the motorcycle, like wherever you see is where you go.
Right then and there, you make the decision. You gotta go. Yeah,
bro, you can't second guess yourself. So to me, that was my biggest struggle, was second guessing myself. Like baby me coming up, right? Just second guessing myself, thinking I didn't deserve it. How about that?
Yeah, I went through that. Yeah.
So my reality is like, nah, bro, you gotta step into that light. You gotta, like, you know, when you stand in the sun, how good it feels. Like, stay right there. You know, don't let it fleet. Don't let it be like just a moment thing, right? Like we'll stand under the sun and have our moment and be like, damn, I want to feel like this forever. But then tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and go back to my same shitty habits. Come on now.
It's crazy.
It ain't gonna work like that.
It's crazy. You gotta stay consistent on the growth, on the elevation. I mean, you know, that's why the thing is nowadays, man. Like I'm really careful about who I bring around. Like, you know what I mean? Even family.
Right.
Even family, like family will backdoor you so quick, especially when you start to become successful. That's the scariest shit about this all. Is that
that's why I have a dog. Because the way my dog looks at me, the way that dog loves me, the way that dog needs me, like I'm good. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like these dogs fulfill like.
Yeah, void and shit. They are strong.
Like when I pull up to the house, they're so excited to see me. Not that I get pressed in my life, but like
dogs, that's number one man's best friend.
The way they look at me, like I just saved the world.
Yes. Yes, that's how.
And I'm like, yes, I am your superhero. You know what I'm saying? I am your God. Come here, love me.
Yeah. That's funny you say that because dogs are very protective of men. And so men feels that because dogs are. It's like we were made together type thing.
Right.
You know, it fits. I think that's crazy. So you have two dogs.
2 Frenchies. I got milk and cookies
Oh
at the
wow!
house.
Oh wow!
And that's work, but it's beautiful.
Milk and cookie.
Yeah.
That's fire, bro.
So Milk, she used to work here before she got knocked up. Employee of the month. Like her job was greeting people. You know what I'm saying? Every business needs a greeter. Needs somebody to say welcome.
Yeah.
So here you get Milk.
Spread that energy.
Right, coming up, being like, welcome to the milk room. We've got the heat.
Hey, so I mean, with the clothing, how did you get this idea together to get different people's merch in one place? Like, what pushed you to do that? Who, you know what I mean? Where did that come from?
So I saw what was lacking. Like, it's easy for me to pull up to H&M and grab a tee, right? It's easy for me to go to Urban Outfitters and overspend on a dope shirt. But the reality is, like, I want a piece that's going to tell a story. And so what ends up happening with the independent brands that we choose to work with, like, there's a story to be told. So it's not like one of these brands that are created in a factory somewhere with no type of purpose or no type of story behind it. No, I need a story behind what I'm wearing. Like my boy Q, horses mean the world to him, obviously, because all his joints have horses on them. You know what I'm saying? And like, he gets to share that story, that passion. So to me, it was being around people like that. So what creatives, like, we're so lonely because nobody understands, like, for a creative, success isn't always money.
Trust me, yeah.
It isn't always clout,
No,
but you want
at
like
all.
a little bit of like.
Yeah. You need to fund things,
Right.
Yeah. But it's about achieving a higher you.
Yeah. So to create a space or an environment where my creative friends can come run a bag, bring value to our community, and keep the city dripped. Come on, like I couldn't pass that up.
That's love, dog. That's love. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I'm very inspired, man. I mean, like I told you, ML3 Miraculous Made Movement. I'm already on God's planet. You know what I mean? I'm already on God's walk, and brother, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a miracle, man, to meet you, to hear you give your wisdom. Your wisdom is not something someone can read or experience because it's special given. And I just like I said, man, you gonna do wonders in this life. You gonna do wonders in this world, and I'm just appreciative. You know what I mean, to be a part of it. And of course, I'm gonna add my extras to the momentum. You know what I mean, because I'm definitely gonna crush this rap game and murder a lot of these artists. You know, in a positive way, of course, but. I'm very grateful, bro. Like meeting people like you give people like me much more hope because you know it's lonely at the top.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Warriors, you know what I mean? We are so busy trying to do for everybody. Like, look what you're doing. You reaching out to every fucking body and like, I'm going to give you an opportunity. And you're helping so many people. I know. You're helping so many people, you know, get noticed or get connected or get endorsed or whatever it is, right? And by you helping these people, it's helping you. But I know sometimes it doing so much sometimes make us feel like we feel good doing it, but then it just make us feel sometimes like, damn, who's doing what I'm doing?
Who saves the superhero? But you know what? It's me. It's my relationship with God. So like at the end of the day, like no one's gonna gas me up like God gasses me up. God sent his son to die for my sins, right? That's what I believe in, right? Everybody's got their own interpretation of like what goes down in their life, right? But to me, that's it right there. Where I'm like, my God sent his son, and like I'm gonna be all right. Like I'm not gonna rely on I'm gonna rely on me and on God. And then everything I do is going to show that, right? It's going to, like, how does it go? The best way to, like, sell Christianity is to live it. Because you want people to be like, wow, how do you have all this peace in your heart? And I'm like, I pray.
Example.
And people are like, wait, no. I want something more. I want a more complicated answer to that. And it's like, no cap. I pray. When's the last time you prayed with your business partner? When's the last time you prayed with your shorty? When's the last time you prayed over your house, over your whip, over your money? Wondering why, like, my scenarios.
That's all I do.
Right. Wondering why my scenario's the way it is, right? When's the last time I was like, yo, God, like, thank you. Or, yo, God, like, just listen to me. Just hear me out.
Man, bro.
Right? So how do people keep up with you? What's your handle on the IG?
IG. He said, oh, man. So, Munii Moo, man. MUNII_MU, man. IG, YouTube. I'm on all platforms, man. I just dropped a new EP, 5-song EP, man, with some of the hardest tracks that I've been having in the cut for some time now, like over a year or two. And some of those tracks you've heard on there, I was saving. You know, artists, you get these tracks, you know what I mean, when you like, I'm going to say this to do.
Right.
And I just got to the point where, like, I got a lot of music, bro. I got a fucking lot of music, and so many people, connections of my hear my music, like, bro, stop fucking, I'm so up here with it.
Right.
Like, stop, drop this shit. So I'm in a mode now, bro. I'm just dropping. So y'all gonna hear a lot of new music, a lot of new style, you know, a lot of new energy. I'm not like no artist out here. I'm not like none of these rappers. No offense to them, but I'm just bringing something new to the table that people gonna really have to respect. You know what I mean?
I love it. Well, thank you for being a guest on the podcast tonight. It was such a blessing to have you. Like, I listened to your music, didn't know what to expect. This has been an awesome conversation with you, and I hope to have you back soon.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, bro.
You too, fam.
Much love. This for life, man.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.